Station, this is Houston. Are you ready for the event?
Houston, this is Station. I am ready for the event.
Houston ACR, this is Mission Control Houston. Please call station for a voice check.
Station, this is Houston ACR. How do you hear me?
Houston ACR, I have you loud and clear. How me?
Please stand by for opening remarks.
Hi, my name is Don Riefler. I'm the Science Programs Manager here at the Children's Museum of Indianapolis. I want to thank NASA for this opportunity to speak with the space station and thank the students who were good enough to ask some really good questions. And here is our first question.
Hi, my name's Isha. My question for you is, what qualifications did you have that helped you get chosen as an astronaut?
Thank you, Isha. That's a great question. So in order to be selected as an astronaut, in order to be competitive as an astronaut, there are some very basic requirements. If you're a pilot, it means 1,000 hours of flying in a high-performance jet. If you're not a pilot, if you're looking for a mission specialist job, it means it requires an advanced degree and years of work. But the bottom line is that right now, if you come from the fields of science, technology, engineering, and math, that's really where many of our astronauts come from. They have careers and backgrounds in those fields because science and math is the language of spaceflight. My personal background, I was a physician, and prior to that, I served in the U.S. Air Force, but I've always had this dream of getting to live and work in low Earth orbit.
Hi, my name is Jack Taylor, and my question is, have you ever been on a spacewalk?
Hey, Jack, that's a great question. I have had I'm very grateful to have had the experience of getting to do 2 spacewalks. I did those during my last mission in 2015, and we did repairs on the outside of the space station. It's a lot of hard work, a lot of training in the neutral buoyancy laboratory, a 6 million gallon pool we have in Houston that has a model of the space station in it where we learn how to do spacewalks, and to get to use that training, to get to go outside and to see the Earth and the outside of the space station in that amazing white spacesuit was an incredible experience.
Hi, my name is Pinley, and my question is, what is your advice to young people dreaming about becoming involved in NASA's space program?
Penley, it's a great question. First of all, you've got to make that goal. Make that goal and share that goal with your friends and family, and they will help you along the way. The thing that I could tell you right now is to read. Read about things that you're interested in, read about things that you're passionate about. And then start to work towards that goal by doing small things that will ultimately help you achieve what it is that you hope to do. And if you'd like to come work with us at NASA, we would love to have you come and explore. But a big part of it is to find something that you're passionate about, that you're interested in. And while I had that larger goal of becoming an astronaut, I was also very passionate about serving my country. That's why I joined the Air Force, and then also serving my community. And that's one of the big reasons that I chose to go into medicine. And it's a real privilege. It was a real privilege to be able to serve as an emergency medicine doctor in my community. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Grayson, and my question is, what is your favorite part about being an astronaut on the station?
Grayson, well, it's amazing to have fulfilled this lifelong dream of getting to live and work in space, and even more to get to do it a second time, and I'm very grateful for that. I think my favorite thing, now floating is amazing, getting to see the Earth from this perspective, to look down and to see the black inky sky and to see the Earth in places where I've lived and visited and places where I want to visit. Those are all great. But honestly, one of my favorite things is working with the amazing team that we have back in Houston and in mission control centers across and universities and laboratories all across the country and around the world. Getting to be a part of that team, working with some of the best and brightest people that we have in the United States and in our partner countries is truly an amazing thing, and one of my favorite things of being in space.
Hi, my name is Lamaya, and my question is, what is the coolest thing you have seen on Earth looking down from space?
I would have to say it is absolutely amazing to look back at the Earth. Always beautiful, always different, always changing, different weather, different seasons, night and day. But my absolute favorite thing that I've seen up here is the aurora. Incredibly beautiful, just wiggling rays of light, bright green and purples, absolutely beautiful.
Hi, my name is Owen, and my question is, what is one thing that surprised you most about being up in space?
It's a great question, and I think the thing that surprised me the most was how quickly we become comfortable with floating, with this weightless environment. It is something that we don't grow up with, we've never experienced before in our lives. And yet when we get up here, our brains are so amazing. They adapt to this idea that it's normal to float. And so within hours, within minutes, it feels very natural. We're not good at it initially. It takes time to get good at getting around and handling tools and everything. But the fact that our brains adapt to this idea of floating is absolutely amazing.
Hi, my name is Kinley, and my question is, how do you communicate with your friends and family?
Kenley, great question. So back 25 years ago, the only way that our astronauts were able to talk with their families back on the ground was with amateur radio, with a ham radio. These days, we have a telephone system, voice over internet protocol, where I'm able to dial a cell phone number through my laptop computer, and I'm able to talk and call somebody on the ground on their cell phone. It's absolutely amazing. We get to have a video conference every week for about an hour, hour and a half with our families. And so those really help us to keep connected with our friends and family.
Hello, my name is Kaylin. My question for you today is, what is it like returning to Earth after a space mission?
Well, it is. That's about 6 weeks away for us. We'll be coming home in mid-October, and of course, we are so incredibly excited to return home to our family, to be back with our friends. But it is challenging. We get very used to floating up here. There's no we don't feel gravity, and when you get back to Earth, it's like a kick in the pants. Gravity is kind of a bummer, and so having to work against gravity to lift things, to hold your head up, all of those things come along with some dizziness and aches, body aches and pains. But within about 2 weeks, 2 to 4 weeks, we're feeling pretty much back to normal.
Hi, my name is Kai Anderson, and my question is, how does water behave in space?
Kai, that's a great question. Water is absolutely amazing, and we take advantage of this incredible orbiting laboratory to examine how fluids move and work in space. And so here's a little example of, this is a drink bag. This is how we drink juice or water or coffee, depending if it's a hot drink or a cold drink. And you can see that if I push a little bit of water out here, it assumes the shape of a sphere. And you can see how it's shaking a little bit, and I'll release it from the straw here in a minute. And then the ventilation in here, the fans will start to push it around a little bit. We don't want it to go too far. I'll see if I can blow it back in.
Hi, my name is Braxton.
That was a little messier than I expected.
How many personal items do you bring with you to outer space, and what types of items do you bring?
Well, we are very fortunate in that we get to bring some things from home. Because we're up here for a long period of time, we get to bring some things with us to remind us of home. So a lot of us will bring pictures of our family. We'll bring some little toys just to see how they work in space. Here's a Frisbee. I wanted to just see if it floated the same way as it does, if it works the same that it does on Earth. And I've got a small, this is a small gnome that one of my sons carved at Scout Camp. And so I brought that with me as just a fun little reminder of our friends and family back home.
Hi, my name is Jordan, and my question is, what food do you guys eat in space?
Well, food is incredibly important. A balanced, nutritious diet is important for us on the ground, and it's even more important for us up here on the space station, because in the absence of gravity, our bodies tend to lose minerals from the bones, and they become weaker. Our muscles become weak because we're not working against gravity, and our heart's cardiovascular system can begin to become weaker as well. And so we do exercises every day to help us counter those effects. But food is an important part of that, of trying to keep us healthy while we're in space. And so you saw the drink bag, and so we try to drink lots of water. It's very important both on the Earth and in the ground, on the Earth and in space. Here's an example of one of our food items that comes in these kind of aluminized metal bags. This is meatloaf. That's going to be my dinner tonight. It's all pre-cooked. We don't cook with ingredients up here. It's all cooked and then sealed up, and then either exposed to high radiation or high heat to kill off all the bacteria. So it's shelf stable. It can be up here for some time before we eat it. And for example, this, I'll just put it into our warming oven, and that'll warm that up to eat. We have some food that's dehydrated. And here's an example. So I already added some water to this. So we have some meat, and these are vegetables. This is asparagus. And again, we try to eat a very balanced and nutritious diet at every meal. And then finally, it's important to have a little bit of fun too. So some of our food comes in these white bags. We tear that open, and here we go. Some candy-coated chocolate peanuts. And so a little treat every once in a while is not a bad thing. Definitely don't want to overdo it, but this can kind of be fun too. And again, it's a little bit of a reminder of home.
Hi, my name is Jacob, and my question is, what do you do on the space station in your free time?
Jacob, it's a great question. We work very hard. We work about 12 hours. We get up in the morning. We have our morning conference at 7. We work to an evening conference at 7:30 in the evening. But after those conferences, and then on the weekends, generally we have some personal time. And I think all of us like to stay in touch with our families. We'll use the phone to call our families, but we love looking out the windows and taking pictures and video to share with our family and friends back home.
Hi, my name is Jacob, and my question is, what do you do on the space station in your free time?
Oh, I think we're ready for the next question.
My name is Ryder, and my question is, do you get your own room on the station?
We do have our own rooms. They're about the size of a small closet, and it's the perfect place. It's where we sleep in our sleeping bags. It's where we'll answer email and maybe talk on the phone. It's our private place, but we also like to have fun together. And so often when we're hanging out, we'll hang out around the dinner table in the galley.
Hi, my name is Miles, and my question is space junk a problem for the station?
Yeah, space junk or space debris is a serious problem, and so as a spacefaring community, we need to do a better job of, just like we are on Earth, taking care of the trash and having a plan for it. We have our partners in the Department of Defense that actually trash that orbital debris, and every once in a while, it looks like that we could have a collision with some of those larger pieces of debris, and so the space station will do an avoidance maneuver, basically a boost to change its orbit to avoid that space debris. And we do have to do those every once in a while. But it's a reminder that if all of the countries, spacefaring countries, want to use low Earth orbit safely, we need to take care of that environment.
Hi, my name is Abram, and my question is, what plants are you currently growing?
That's a great question. I love being a part of the plant science up here on the space station. I got to do it last time, and I'm getting to do it again in an experiment called X-Roots, where we're actually growing plants in an enclosure that instead of using soil, we are using hydroponics and aeroponics. So basically spraying water or letting the roots sit in water. And so we're growing carrots and onions and leafy greens. And we're really excited to see how these turn out, because this will be, I mean, we've grown plants for a long time, but I think this might be the first time that we're growing really kind of food crops. And this is really important for long duration space exploration, to have an ability to be able to grow food, fresh food, for consumption for these long duration missions.
Hi, my name is Aiden Gustin. My question is, why did you choose to go into space?
I have wanted to be an astronaut for as long as I can remember, and I think I was inspired by science fiction books and movies, and then really that dream was locked in when in second grade my teacher wheeled a television into our room, and we watched the space shuttle launch on April of 1981, and it became clear to me that that was actually a possibility. The challenge of becoming an astronaut and doing the things that we do up here, and the opportunity to explore and to the privilege of working with the incredible teams that we have at NASA and all over the world, it truly is a dream come true, and it's a real privilege to get to do this job.
Hello, my name is Eleanor, and my question for you is, what is your least favorite thing about being in space and why?
Thank you. My least favorite thing about being in space, so, it's kind of cramped quarters. We see the same faces every day. We kind of have the same food available to us every day. All of those things are, things that you get used to, and it's actually it's an amazing place to live. We are very well taken care of, and the views are incredible. I would say my least favorite thing, though, of course, is being away from my family, both in training, having to travel and being away from my family, and then right now, I've been away from my family for almost 4 months now, and so I think that's definitely the toughest part, and I'm looking forward to seeing them here in a few weeks.
Hello, my name is Lieutenant Colonel Scott Taylor. I'm a friend of the Children's Museum of Indianapolis. I was on the Air Force Academy skydiving team with Kjell Lindgren, and my wife and I were F-15 instructors for Bob Hines. It's a pleasure to have you here today, and thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you so much to you, Scott, to the staff at the Children's Museum of Indianapolis, to To Jennifer Pace Robinson, the CEO, and to the teams that made today possible, thank you so much for this opportunity. And most of all, thank you to the parents and teachers for getting your kids involved in this opportunity. And to all of the students, I wish you all of the best. Work hard, set a goal, and make your dreams come true. So nice chatting with you, and have a wonderful day.
Station, this is Houston ACR. That concludes the event.
Thank you to all participants. Station, we are now resuming operational audio communications.